thing, right? No Christian should get to the point where you're judging another for how they look.
Yeah.
That one is off is off the table. It should never happen.
I know it's a thing because I watch YouTube deep dives about how it affects people.
Like people wearing big chains, big
Right.
earrings. They are fully covered up.
Right.
Like baggy shirts, baggy skirt, boots.
Right. Yeah.
With
yeah.
big chains, big bracelets, big
Yeah.
earrings. And you could come to church and it's like, why are you so extra? So the question I have is, being Christian, does it change my aesthetic in fashion? Like, if I necessarily am somebody who is a neutral fashion wearer who can be easily classified as goth, like black and white, though I have come to Christ
Yeah.
and I have dropped, like, I don't do occultic practices.
Right.
Does it necessarily mean that dressing, just because I am dressed that way, because I get modesty is intentional, covering up, but just looking different, is it necessarily a bad thing? Like, does my
Yeah.
aesthetic have to change as a Christian?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think to be honest, it's more so about, like, I think everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different, like, aesthetic they go for. And I think that it's just simply based on, like, I think the modesty aspect is also very important.
Yeah.
I think that it's just like everybody has different styles they present themselves in. Some people like casual, some people like business, some people like official, right? Like, for example, I don't really like, like, as a pastor, right? I'm supposed to be dressing official. I don't like it all the time, but because my style is very more casual and, like, very chill. So I guess everybody has a different way they present themselves, and I think the focus should be more so on the modesty aspect. I think that's just my opinion. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a question because when it comes to appearance, I find that people are very quick to judge.
Yeah.
Essentially, so on modesty, I do believe you shouldn't, like, literally have, like, your chest out, or if you're a guy, your
Yeah.
pants are just, like, sagging
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can see your underwear.
Yeah.
I don't think you should go about like that. But I do tend to find, even if you do go about that,
Yeah.
there is an immediate reaction to be disgusted of that person.
Yeah.
There's immediate reaction to withdraw yourself from that person, to not show grace to that person. And
Yeah.
yes, maybe, like, later down the line that they change their style and they're
Yeah.
less provocative, or they are less showboaty about certain things.
Yeah.
But I tend to find that, especially, like, when older church establishments, or, like,
Yeah.
Sunday, I can understand because, like, we all know it's, like, a
Yeah.
more formal thing. But just, like, in general gatherings, or when people are outside living their own lives, that, like, oh, I saw you on Instagram with a huggy dress. Are you going out and
Yeah.
soliciting sex? And it
Yeah.
always feels like, for me, there is a fine line from people being concerned and just simply casting stones at another person for
Right.
presumably dressing provocatively.
Yeah.
Like, there was an instance in my church
Yeah.
where a person they're wearing, like, a simple dress. It was kind of like a slip-on dress. Like, it kind of hugged curves, but it wasn't
Like, it wasn't that. Yeah.
like, it wasn't like,
that
I'm
bad.
going to the club
Yeah.
and I'm trying to get something specific. It was just, like, a
Yeah.
nice fitted dress.
Yeah.
And then a man went up to her and, like, you were distracting.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh.
just like, ooh,
Yeah.
where is the line of being respectively worried about people and just like, hey, like, why are you dressing like this? What attention do you want? Why do you want that attention? Instead of going and asking and talking to the person and, like, showing grace to them, we are quick to be like, you are dirtying my place. You
Oh,
are
like the
being
church, eh?
unholy.
Right.
You are not worthy of being with us, and you make us all look bad. Which
Right.
there's an aspect to that.
Yeah,
Right.
There's
there
an
is.
aspect to that.
Yeah.
But like I always remember like when I was reading scripture that like Jesus spent most of his time with the downtrodden, with the poor, with the prostitutes.
Yeah.
He spent most of those time with those people, and though he changed those people and they got a new walk in life,
Yeah.
he still approached them where they were at.
Yeah.
And I find it quite disheartening that most Christians today, we value appearance, like looking
Yeah.
proper, more than acting proper, at least
Yeah.
Right,
biblically proper
Yeah.
towards other people.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything has its line, but
Yeah.
that's what I tend to find.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I think there is. I think there is like an underlining factor to the appearance aspect. So basically, right, it's like you have to see like maybe for example you're going to work, right, in
Yeah.
a professional setting, right. There's a look, right, like when you go to work, obviously, right, it's not in when you go to a work environment, they're not necessarily saying that you can express yourself fashion wise, right, but when you go to work there's a kind of I guess standard that is set, right? I think it's the same thing with like church. I think the thing that isn't good is like what you're saying with the whole judging someone based on their outward appearance without what's like without looking at the inward, right? Immediately judging. I think the immediately judging thing can be minimized. But I think that you also have to understand, like, I feel like as human beings, like, oftentimes, right, I think sometimes it could definitely be distracting. Sometimes, not all the time, but it's not to say that the person themselves is doing anything bad or wrong. I think it's very wrong to assume. I think that's the word, right? I think it's very wrong to assume that, oh, this person is wearing tight clothes, so this is how probably they're living their life. Or I think sometimes if it's just like, if the person is, sometimes too, that's literally their only wardrobe. That can be literally. I've had instances like that before, where sometimes you see someone and like that's literally all they have, right? Because they're coming from a lifestyle of wearing those clothes, and then they come to church and they haven't changed their clothes yet, right? So it's just one of those things. But I definitely see your point. I think that there's a verse in the Bible. It's in 1 Samuel 16, verse 7. And it talks about how man looks outward, but God looks at the hearts, right?
Yeah.
And so it's almost like majority of how, and I guess I'm choosing my words very carefully here, right? But I think it's mostly what's happening inwardly would often show outward easily. And because it's a setting like church, right, where the environment, I think the issue with the church thing is sometimes because the environment is a holy place, and it's not holy as in the sense that we make it holy. It's a place of holiness because God is holy. Do you see what I mean? So it would be wrong for us to take that position of God to say, oh, you have to dress holy. But the mindset should be that when you're coming into a space like that, it's a holy ground. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because we don't set that standard for someone. Do you get what I mean? Yeah.
I do
don't
have
know.
a question.
Yeah.
Not to be anyway weird. I really
Yeah.
but I feel like in circumstances in which the person,
Yeah.
like she said, where the person is dressed in a way and someone walks up to them and it's like, you were very distracting. It's a two-way thing. First of all,
Yeah.
I feel like the heart, in as much as things are like that, and yeah, things are meant to distract you, but it might be, so correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
because it might be, my thinking might be wrong, but at the same time, just because you run away from it doesn't necessarily mean you fixed the problem.
Right.
You get that kind of thing.
It is a two-way
So
street,
it's
for
a
sure.
two-way thing.
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's like the person who most likely was just dressing and you got distracted because there'll be other people who were there.
Right.
And most
right.
people, like some people didn't get distracted.
Yeah.
So it should show something within in which someone has to like take a look into and really need to pray about
Right.
and
right.
work with God through that.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the person who wore the outfit at that
It's
point.
also the person who is struggling with the lust or
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like an indication that you are
you're struggling with. Yeah.
something.
Yeah. No, it's true. Like, it is a two-way street because, and it's dicey, you know. It's funny because the church is different from any environment. It's very different. In the sense, like I said in the beginning, it's not, we don't set the standard to how we present ourselves. Like, a business can set a standard, a school can set a standard, right? But when it comes to church, we don't set the standard. The standard is basically what God says it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I would like to offer, I guess, to be contrarian.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, I believe human beings are fallible. That's why I love God so much, because he's utterly perfect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
God could do no wrong.
Yeah.
But people
Yeah.
people are messy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
In some cases, I've noticed, especially like back home, and even some churches like abroad, where people say they're doing it for God, but really they're doing it for themselves. But they're saying they're doing it for God.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's always I've noticed the people who actually mean that they're doing it for God compared to the people who are doing it for themselves, but
Right,
are
right.
saying it. It's how they approach the other person. Is it like, hey, this is how, like, as a community we do things. This is how we gather as a community.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it possible? Do you need help? Do you need like a help, like advice on like a change
Right.
of clothing or something, or like help to buy like a new wardrobe if you
Right.
literally do not have anything?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, that
Like, straight up
person-
just-
that person is
Yeah,
horrible
like straight up
and
judgy.
ruining the church.
Yeah.
So like I do believe yes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
God does stand the
Yeah.
standard. He
Yeah.
essentially, that's what we're all here for.
Yeah.
But I have also noticed, especially in mega churches and stuff,
Right.
those really big show
Yeah.
body places,
Yeah.
where it's like it's all about looking
The look.
good. It's
Yeah,
all
the
about
look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
makes
yeah.
Christianity have a
Right.
look.
Yeah, and
Right. It's like,
and
yeah,
so that's
yeah.
why I can understand like where Regina was coming from.
Yeah,
Your initial
yeah.
question, like if you
Yeah.
dress goth, there are some things.
Yeah.
If you're wearing pentagrams, you're wearing like a religious symbol.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
occultic.
Other
Those are
people-
occultic things,
And
right?
those
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah,
occultic
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're courting.
Right,
even if
right,
you think
right,
it's like a
right,
trinket.
right.
Right.
But if you
So-
want to now wear all
Yes.
black, it shouldn't immediately be labeled as this
Yes.
girl is gothic, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Like just because you're wearing
All
like
black,
heels
basically,
or
yeah.
something, or even if you dye your hair,
Right.
Like that doesn't mean
Like
you
all
are
of a sudden,
now
right,
worshipping demons.
right.
And I have the problem with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like demons are real liars.
Yeah.
People make deals with demons. That's true.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to let the demon in. You kind of have to shake the hand too. The demon just doesn't be like,
Right.
oh, it's just me. This person has no free
Yeah.
will in the
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
So I find a lot
Yeah.
of people just like, everything is demons. And it feels like, are we not children of God?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah,
Are
no,
we-
it's true.
Do we not have
Yeah.
authority?
Yeah.
There's a verse I'm trying to think of.
Yeah,
Hold on.
no, like what you're saying is true, right?
That's-
It's there's a real aspect to how we approach fashion in church, right? It's almost, there's some things that are almost demonized, right? But again, right, I'm really strong on the fact that it's a different environment.
Yeah.
It is like this is the thing, right? No Christian should get to the point where you're judging another for how they look.
Yeah.
That one is off is off the table. It should never happen. Right? Do you get what I mean?
I do get what you mean.
But at the same time, right? I think that everything needs a balance, right? Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? So, in as much as I guess I'm trying to find the kind of how I'm trying to phrase it in my head is that the reason why what I mean by we don't set the standard is that the Christians shouldn't get to the point where you are dictating the standard. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to tell somebody that, hey, why are you wearing all black? You're demonized, kind of thing, right? But also, the environment kind of dictates. It does the work for you in a way, right? Because it's a spiritual place, right? When you come, because there's a part where the Holy Spirit also does the work, right? So you see that sometimes with time, you see that the person's fashion is changing. You don't have to do anything,
Yeah.
right? But there's also a part to which where fashion in of itself, to be honest, like you can express yourself. Express yourself. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
say also the point that is the church isn't meant for
Fashion show.
not fashion show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
meant
yeah.
for fashion show. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
the church isn't just for the righteous. It isn't
Yeah.
based on
Yeah.
templates.
Yes, yeah.
Like the church is basically also for it's basically for people to come and get redemption.
Right.
It's not a place where you are perfect and there's a
Yeah.
template where you follow.
Yeah.
It is where
Yeah.
you come and fellowship together to walk through the faith and
Yeah.
to get better every day.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like it's a realization that when you're meeting people, you're not trying to meet someone who looks exactly and who thinks exactly like you.
Yeah.
You're trying to meet a brother or sister in Christ who you are trying to show Jesus to.
Right, yeah.
Irrespective of where they are from.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the God fashion thing is like people most likely look too deep into it. Because if I have always been wearing black, like it's
Yeah.
convenient.
I like
It's
wearing black a lot.
convenient. It's really
I wear-
convenient.
I
I
wear
don't
black
need
a
to look
lot.
at okay, this
Yeah.
will go with this color will go with this pattern will go with this.
Yeah.
I could just get a black sweatpants, a black t-shirt, and I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You get and it goes with almost any kind of shoe you wear.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you could do any other kind of thing, but it's just the fact that Christianity shouldn't be labeled as the whole picnic, like
really long dresses.
long dresses,
Right.
suits all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Because most people think that because there's should I say there's a limit to where it goes. There's always a limit. Like
Right.
I wouldn't come in, let's say maybe
A castle.
like a choker with pins coming out of my neck and something like that.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
bit too much.
Yeah,
But at
yeah.
the same time, it's like when you're coming like as a Christian, we should not try to, because it's something that has been deep-rooted in tradition also. And it's something I feel like with the newer generation coming in,
I was gonna say.
it's going to be a bit difficult making them exactly in that template, because a lot of people have a way of think, like they have their own way of expressing and presenting themselves that they are most comfortable with.
Yeah.
It's not like they can't do the other thing, because even in work settings now, unfortunately, anyhow you want to take it, it's becoming more lax. It's no more
Like
as
casual.
rigid as it
Like,
used to be.
casual Fridays.
Yeah, like back then.
Yeah.
So you could wear casual formal.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah, I see
you
that
could
in some
add
places,
a bit
yeah.
of whatever you have
Can be
within
more
you.
color.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I noticed people allowed like more like piercings, more like your hair can be a different
Color,
Yeah.
tattoos.
Yeah.
Before.
And you like even places where they will say, "Oh, you would never see a doctor with that." Now you see doctors with tattoos, like
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's like, to be honest, I'm not necessarily saying that, oh, go get a tattoo. And
Right.
No,
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 I'm
no,
not
no.
saying that.
But
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
that
Yeah, we're not
with
encouraging those
people
things
who
here.
have those kind of things in
Should be able to.
they should be able to express themselves.
Yeah.
Because I have seen places where people will be like, oh, would you like me to be in your church? You guys would judge me. And it's like, why would we judge you?
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like somebody's coming and they're not coming perfect. Nobody comes
perfect.
to the church
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
They're coming where they are at, trying
Yeah.
to find
Yeah.
Yeah.
redemption.
Yeah.
So it is, we have to really kind of remove that mindset that as they are coming, especially that, oh, once you're saved, you're changing immediately.
No.
I don't like
Yeah.
it works for some people. Like there are certain
Yeah,
things within me.
it's
Some
everybody
people-
has a different pace
Yeah.
they go.
Yeah, certain things for me,
Yeah.
like switch. Like when I was like, okay, this is not right, I switched. Like some of the outfits I was wearing,
Yeah.
threw them out. I stopped wearing those ones.
Yeah.
But I realized like, like certain people, it's not that easy for them, especially also funds. Some people
Yeah.
can't just change their wardrobe overnight.
Like drop
Yeah,
of a
like
hat.
Exactly.
yeah, that's true.
So
That's
at the
true.
same point, it's meeting people where they are and also like accepting them for who they are. So the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
is
feel
not.
I think the thing so my thing is also the fact that like it shouldn't necessarily always be the focus,
Yes.
right? Like even if you I know some people, well most people are of the opinion that how the inward will always represent the outward
Oh, I
kind
don't
of thing,
believe-
right? Yeah.
I don't believe.
So because I know some people who are more like, some people are super nice, super friendly, but their outward can come off like totally different from who they are on inside, right? And so I think that the focus shouldn't necessarily be always on the outward, right? Like focusing on someone's outward appearance, right? And there's a verse in 1 Peter 3, verse 3-4. It says that your beauty should not come from outward adornment, right? So the focus primarily shouldn't be always on the outward. It should always be on the inward, the heart, right, of the person. And like you said, right, there are some people that when they come, they change over time. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm very careful to say that it is not us. We don't say, because the moment the Christian sets the standard, they get to dictate how you dress.
Yes.
And so that's where the error is.
Yeah.
Truly. That's where the problem is. I think that it's one of those things where like you said, I think you also mentioned something very briefly. It's like sometimes it's not what they say, it's like it's not how you say, it's not, I've forgotten what the phrase is. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes.
Right? So sometimes how you say something can also put someone off, right? So like you were saying, I think you worded it very nicely when you were saying like, I've forgotten what you worded it, but
Oh,
there was a
essentially, like I think a person who's dressing like maybe promiscuously, and they're just like, you go up to them like, hey, like, why? I would like to just know why you like to dress like this. Like, what type of attention
Right.
you're trying to get.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like that's healthy for you? Like,
Right.
what are the reasons for that? And if you want to try and change, like, I could help you if you don't have the funds, or you can, like, if you need inspiration, we can brainstorm. Or at the very least, like, whenever you feel you want to talk about dressing and how to present yourself, we
Yeah.
can have a chat. We can grab a bunch
conversation,
of
yeah.
people
Yeah.
with different
Yeah.
styles, and we can talk.
Yeah.
I feel like that is letting them,
be
like,
free to open up,
Yes.
right?
Free to
Rather than
open up.
straight on judgment.
yes,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
guillotine.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be showing this amount of
Yeah.
why are you wearing
yeah.
Yeah.
Straight on judgment should never be a thing. I don't think that we should. But that thing comes from a place of just assuming.
Yeah.
It's assumptions, right? Assumptions can be very dangerous because then when you immediately see someone and you just assume, that's where the problem can come in, right? And also I think, like you're saying, like the thing with fashion is that it's changed so much over generations.
Yes.
Like, so I think that the real issue is that I don't think you will face that so much with the younger generation. You face that with more of like the older who have seen or been around a certain kind of fashion. So if it's like the official wear, if it's like those kind of things, I feel like the older people have more of like a way they've seen outfits within the church circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
done?
You know, no, yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're like, yes, mostly.
Yeah.
There is a way, but personally,
Yeah.
I just dress for old people. I like old people.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if it will give you less stress, it's okay. That's a personal choice for me. It's not for
Right,
everybody.
right. It's not for everybody.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a
yeah.
personal choice for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But besides that,
Yeah.
I feel like we do it differently.
Mm.
Everyday people, maybe they won't like say anything to your face,
Mm.
but we kind of do it in the way of social media. And so if there's a
Oh,
social
like-
media Christian TikTok Instagram
Yeah.
thing, there'll be an aesthetic.
There is
yeah.
an aesthetic.
I don't see. I'm on social media,
No,
so I don't
no,
see.
no,
I don't
no.
see those things
This is
like
not
that.
for you.
Really?
You're
It-
free.
it
But
Really?
like, there's a lot of people. Like, I don't use social media,
Wow.
but I watch YouTube videos.
A lot of people shame on.
It's
Yes.
it's basically, I don't know how to put it that won't sound wrong, but it's basically like an innocent flower.
It's like you
It's
have
just
lived
so
no life.
it's just so
You just
pastel,
plucked
like
from the, like, fields.
picnic,
Wow.
nice. And to be honest, I feel like that's also one thing that made me question certain things about Christian friendships. Because
Right.
Christian friendships that some of my friends post, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, can you see these girls? They're Christians. They're going on picnics and that." Me and my friends, like,
Like, there's a,
like we come to church, we have
Yeah,
fun in
yeah,
church, we
yeah.
meet in school,
Yeah.
but we don't even have the same style.
Right.
Yeah.
You get,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
are
yeah.
all like really different people from different parts of
Backgrounds
the
and-
world,
yeah.
parts of like backgrounds,
Yeah.
and we kind of meet in one place. And what we have in common, aside like attending school, and
Yeah.
it's like God is like our kind of
The
focus.
focus,
So
yeah.
we it's really different. I felt like it made me feel like.
like you're
Yeah,
not a real
and then
Christian.
it makes you feel like you're not
Oh my
mature
gosh.
enough
Oh my
Right, right,
in
right,
Christianity because it's like, oh, there are levels to this.
Yes.
And
Is it still a thing?
It is.
Yes. But the thing is, okay, it depends how social media you are. I
Yeah.
know it's a thing because I watch YouTube deep dives about
Wow.
how it affects people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she actually is on social media.
Yeah.
And I notice if it's TikTok, Instagram, or Pinterest or something,
Mm-hmm.
if there's an aesthetic around something, it's like God isn't dictating that aesthetic. It's just
Right,
people
right.
have collected around
Yeah,
this
yeah,
image.
yeah.
And if you don't do this image,
Yeah.
you're not Christianing enough.
And then it makes like
Not-
modesty. Like it's
Yeah.
like, what's the
Right.
gauge of modesty? Because
Right.
now there are things like maximalists, like people wearing big chains, big
Right.
earrings. They are fully covered up.
Right.
Like baggy shirts, baggy skirt, boots.
Right, yeah,
With
yeah.
big chains, big bracelets, big
Yeah.
earrings. And you could come to church and it's like, why are you so extra? But the person, like literally, but at the same time, it's how the person express themselves, is how they love to look. Some
Yeah.
people find it like, I can look shabby anywhere, but when I'm coming to the presence of the Lord,
Yeah.
I want to look great. I want to look
Right.
I want to look good. Sometimes it's not necessarily for even an attention.
Yeah.
Because funny enough, no offense, I feel women
yeah.
appreciate it more when other women compliment them than when men do.
it's yeah.
It is
Oh.
I'm
so
sorry.
true.
It's like
Oh, like
we
you're not
like
dressed.
you.
Yeah,
You're not dressing for
the
male
men.
attention.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it comes from
yeah.
a place that if it's like, I'm not speaking for all, but I'm speaking
Yeah.
for like a lot of people who
Yeah.
have met. If a girl compliments them, they're smiling. If a guy tells
They
them,
feel more
"Oh,
confident.
I like
Yeah.
your outfit," they're just like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah.
And but a girl says, "I like your outfit," they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, thank you." They're
Right.
so excited because
Yeah.
it's like you are expressing yourself. And I
Yeah.
feel like most people, like the older generation, will not get the fact that you said, I'm using what I'm dressing to express.
Yeah.
It's clothes. It
Yeah.
covers yourself. It's covered. But at the same time, a lot of people have learned, like now I'm
Mm-hmm.
more relaxed and I think I'm more creative. So a lot of people try to express themselves. They try to feel comfortable. I
Right.
dress for comfort. I don't dress to feel uncomfortable.
Right, right.
So I always find something that balances comfort in anything I'm buying that I like.
Yeah.
And that's just like it's just the way people are. But at the same time, it makes the modesty thing be like, oh, you're modest, but you're too much. Oh,
Right. I think to be honest, the disconnect is the understanding of what modest is. Because then again, right, it goes beyond just covering up. Right? Like you're saying, right? It also goes to how you speak and like your humility, and it goes far beyond just covering up, right?
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where you are not necessarily trying to put you can be very fashionable, but it's not something that you are like, hey, everyone look at me,
Yeah, I'm
type of thing, right? It's not like
Yeah.
that's not what you're trying to do. You're not trying to draw so much attention to yourself, but basically you're just trying to be fashionable, right? And I think that you can be a Christian and be fashionable, but the modesty aspect should come as there is some covering up in modesty, and not to expose like your chest and like all those things, but it goes far beyond that, right? Somebody can dress with covering up, but not be modest in character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it goes far beyond.
Reminds me of like a small scripture that
Yeah.
I just found.
Yeah.
So John 7 verse 24. Stop judging by mere appearances, but instead judge correctly. So like actually seeing the person's spirit, actually
Right.
like what are
Yeah.
their actions? What are they actually doing? Like are they like trying to actually reach God? Are they putting in the effort to
Right.
build the relationship with God? Or are
Right.
they just kind of sitting there?
Right, right,
Looking like
right.
you can be like the most pious looking person in the world. But
Yeah.
you're just like sitting there, you're not actually like living like Christ, like going for that relationship
Yeah.
with him and being actually spiritual.
Yeah.
Then like what are we doing here?
Yeah. No, it's true, because then again, you can be dressing modest, but at the same time not have the best character, right?
Yeah.
So the main thing is that though there's a modesty aspect, right, but the focus should be more on the inward,
Yeah.
right? And so when it comes to the whole topic with Christians and fashion, we should be more focused on the heart, right? Yeah.
And on God.
And on God.
Oh God.
Right,
Always.
right. But again, there is a modesty aspect and there's a balance to it.
Yeah.
And then like what you said also as well, that like you can approach the person and all those things.
But we
Yes.
should also remember that as people come, we should accept them and love them, because we do not know where they are coming from, and we should be ready to accept them with the love of God.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily and also grace should be applied
Yeah.
to. So when we are looking at people coming into the church, we are not expecting the perfect Christian
Right.
coming in all the
Yeah.
time. There are Christians who would come in sometimes, but at the same time, we are also expecting unbelievers.
Yeah.
We're expecting to expand God's kingdom. And if we're expecting to expand God's kingdom, we should be ready to accept
Embrace
everyone.
Yeah.
And they should come as they are and come and be ready to be transformed by God.
Yeah. 100%. I think it's well said.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think we debunked Christian and fashion.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thank you.